It's Monday, and you know what that means. This is the 185th episode of the Sleeper Sports Media Podcast, the Nick Wheatas Show, Saturday Smack Talk, Nick's Picks, everything under the sun that we have gone by at one point or another in the 5 years that we've been doing this here, which is posting videos and everything on covering wrestling, hockey, football, baseball, basketball, everything you could possibly imagine and think of, TV shows and movies, the whole 9 yards. This is Sleeper Sports Media. My name is Nick Wheatas, and this is the 5th year that I have been doing YouTube. So we are getting, and I have said this a lot in trying to figure out the best way that it actually gets these things to work out and how I actually want to do them, and the way that we started was just voiceovers with a graphic, because I didn't have a camera, and that's just how I got comfortable with recording and posting, and I think that is what works best for me. So that's what we're going to do here. This is, again, the 185th episode of the Sleeper Sports Media Podcast. I guess that's just what I'm going to go with now. And this will be uploaded to, of course, my channel, Sleeper Sports Media, as well as on the Prime Coverage Sports Network, which I am now a part of, and finally getting to post and be active on there. I know I posted my Collision preview on Saturday, and it was doing great. That was set to go live. That's just the way that we did it for that one. But going forward, this will be the method to the madness of doing these like this, and then just uploading them to YouTube there in that format until we can figure out something better or something that works with my schedule-wise. But again, Prime Coverage Sports Network now there and a part of that brand, as well as always, my articles, written articles over on NoDirtSheets.com, as well as the Patreon that is completely free and probably will be until we would hit 25 members maybe, which is a big jump from where we're at now with 6. But if you would want to join the Patreon just to support the articles there, they are there as well. Plan for today's episode is, of course, Monday Night Raw preview. They, for whatever reason, are not promoting and not publishing what we have in store for tonight. Adam Pearce did not do his usual preview video last night where he tells us what the card is going to be. There are 2 matches advertised as of right now, and then we know of 2 more matches for the card tonight, Monday Night Raw in Cleveland, Ohio. I don't know if this was because of the Super Bowl was last night. I don't know if they just have not figured it out until tonight. But we have Maxine Dupree against Natty, and we have the World Tag Team Championship, the Usos versus Alpha Academy, as well as men's and women's Elimination Chamber qualifying matches go on tonight. We know Randy Orton and Tiffany Stratton have qualified for the SmackDown side, at least the first round for the SmackDown side. And then we know that Jacob Fatu, Cody Rhodes, and Sami Zayn will be the men's qualifier for this Friday coming on SmackDown. And then we have Alexa Bliss, Julia, and one other person. I think it's Lash Legend. No, Lash Legend was just in the matchup on Friday. Alexa Bliss and Julia against. I can't think of that third person for the next round of the SmackDown qualifiers, but we did get that at least. That's been posted out there and is public, but WWE.com is just taking their good old time to publish and post said matches for tonight and throughout the week. So also we have a little bit of a Dynamite preview that we'll do tonight or today in this episode. At least the 4 matches that we have as of right now, and also Grand Slam on Saturday. We will do more of an in-depth preview for both of those on the day of as well. But this is just to give length to this episode, since it is under the podcast versus under just a preview video, which I've been keeping about 5 to 10 minutes, I would say, for a preview is right there in the sweet spot. But again, being on Prime Coverage, we will get lengthier episodes and help them get the watch time up over there as well as on my channel. For anyone that is new to my channel or new to wrestling or has not watched wrestling in a while, being on the Prime Coverage Sports Network, right now is the best time to get back into wrestling, and we are in the playoffs. To compare it to every other sport, we're in the playoffs and heading to the show of all shows, the Super Bowl of pro wrestling, the World Series of pro wrestling, the Stanley Cup of pro wrestling, and the finals of pro wrestling. It all culminates at WrestleMania. This year, WrestleMania 42 is taking place in the same place it was at last year, Allegiant Stadium in Vegas, home of the Raiders, and it was a phenomenal show. The stage was amazing, and I know what you're thinking about pro wrestling, but if you can have an open mind, if you're new here and coming across the channel, and this is the video that you see and you get this far, welcome to the Prime Coverage Sports Network. Welcome to Sleeper Sports Media. Again, my name is Nick Wietosh, and I've been doing this for 5 years now. Big passion for wrestling and sports in general, but mainly wrestling is my number one. Even though my beautiful wife tells me that I should do more football and everything. With football just ending, I can now switch focus to wrestling and not have her tell me that I should be doing more and more. Baseball will be sprinkled in. The Pirates are finally over $100 million for their opening day salary cap, which is awesome. So hopefully they're putting together a team that'll actually go and do something and be behind Paul Skeens. But we'll talk more about the Pirates and the Yankees. Aaron Judge is captain of Team USA for the World Baseball Classic. So baseball is starting up, I think, tomorrow, pitchers and catchers report. We also have the UFL kicks off March 27th. And then we will also be incorporating college softball for Carolina. Also, the Athletes Unlimited Softball League for the Carolina Blaze, playing their home games right here in Durham, which I'm actually passing a sign for right now. For those of you that don't know what I mean by that, I am recording this while I'm driving home from work. I do work over an hour away. Some days I travel for work and go to different locations every day. So sometimes it's over an hour, and what better way to kill that hour drive than by recording and getting something out. Also, makes it, not only does it make it go by fast, but I'd rather just talk it out and get all this stuff out of my head and or hot takes off my chest or whatever. But that is the lineup for today. Results for SmackDown: Cody Rhodes attacked Drew McIntyre. Jacob Fatu attacked Drew McIntyre. They were told to control themselves or they would be removed from the qualifying match. So Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes instantly thrown back into a chance to face Drew. Even though Cody was told that he's not going to have a rematch, he has to go to the back of the line. He entered the Rumble and then was eliminated by Drew, and now he's entering the Chamber. He's probably going to win his Chamber match, even though Jacob Fatu should win the Chamber match. I have a feeling that Jacob, Cody, and Drew is going to be the way they go for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania, since we know Roman Reigns versus CM Punk for the world title is the direction that they are going for in that sense of the word. Speaking of Roman Reigns, the 2026 Royal Rumble winner, we do have his schedule. March 2nd in Indianapolis, San Antonio on 3/16 day, and Boston, Massachusetts on 3/23, and then the final Raw before WrestleMania, April 13th in Sacramento, California. So that is Roman Reigns' schedule for TV for the build to WrestleMania. So everyone that said, oh, he's only going to show up 2 more times in between now and Mania, you are a quack, and you got to stop listening to those dirt sheets and start listening to NoDirtSheets. Shout out to my guy London, and where I post all my written articles there. We will get some previews and results posted today. But again, not just WWE that we cover here. We also cover AEW and TNA. Then NoDirtSheets covers OVW, which is another bigger independent and probably like the 4th most popular promotion out there, since it is somewhat or still or was at some point backed by WWE, but it was their early on developmental brand, which is where John Cena came from. But that's good coverage over there. Fantastic coverage all over the place for No Dirt Sheets there. But so go follow them, give them some love, and then of course we're on the road to 1,000 follows on Prime Coverage Sports. We're at about 530, I would say, give or take. So if you could help us get over that hump of that first 1,000, that would be absolutely awesome and so appreciated. As well as Sleeper Sports Media. Again, 5 years in, and I'm almost at 6,000 subs there on YouTube. So I'm at about 5,500 right now, roughly. I haven't looked at my numbers today, but I would love a subscribe and a like, and just watch 2 videos, and it helps me out. 2 videos or 10 shorts, all the way through. Watch it all the way through. Give it a like, and share it if you can on your social media as well. So that is, again, SmackDown started off with Cody attacking Drew. I think they're going to go Cody, Jacob, and Drew for the WWE title at WrestleMania. Tiffany Stratton qualified. We also had Randy Orton qualify. Trick Williams came face-to-face with Drew. So I look to see that matchup here fairly soon. We also had Jordan Grace and Jade Cargill defeat Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. So Jordan Grace versus Jade has been made official for this Friday on SmackDown for the women's title. Jade is finally defending that title after hitting about 100 days. I think she's hit 100, or it's almost at 100 days where she's getting her first defense. She's been like in 4 or 5 matches since winning that title back in November. So that is the SmackDown side of things. Nothing else. It was a very fast-paced show. Very, very fast-paced. That is, of course, on USA Network. But if you have Surfshark VPN, which is a good partner and friend of ours over here at Sleeper Sports Media, as well as No Dirt Sheets, that's who we get the link from. So that link will help support them. But so that allows you to watch SmackDown on Netflix. But for the next 2 weeks, because of the Olympics, SmackDown will be on Sci-Fi and not USA Network. So if you want to watch on Netflix instead of Sci-Fi, you can use Surfshark VPN, and you can do that. And then, of course, NXT, we go over that a little bit. That will be on the CW, which you can, again, watch on Netflix with Surfshark VPN. So NXT preview for that is, main thing is Jada Parker and Blake Monroe go one-on-one after their brawl to start things off before NXT went on the air last week. And then we also have Zaruka versus Ren QCC. So Ren Sinclair and Kendall Gray, the WWE Evolve Women's Champion. And the best way to describe Evolve is the double A of WWE. NXT is AAA, and then Raw and SmackDown are the majors. That is the best way to describe that to anyone that is brand new to watching it and gets this far into the episode here on the Sleeper Sports Media Podcast, episode 185. And yes, I am bringing back the numbered episodes because I did map it out, and episode 200 will happen on my 5th year anniversary. So I know I've done multiple live shows daily and called it the podcast and kind of switched to the Nick Wheaton show and then back and forth. But I think 5 years in, I think we just go back to simple, and do voiceovers with a cool thumbnail, and just hit on everything and make it so in-depth and knowledgeable that it makes up for not being on camera, not being live to continue conversation that way. Because if there's one thing that I can do, it is ramble on. So NXT again, Zaruka versus Ren QCC in a tag match, but the winner of the match will become #1 contender. So what that means is it's a tag team match. So whoever gets the pinfall for their team will become the #1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship against Jacy Jayne. There's no upcoming PLEs for NXT, so I'm guessing that'll just be the following week on NXT. And then they will probably build from there. With one of the two, whoever wins, since they are both tag teams. Kendall Gray is a champion, so I think Ren Sinclair could win and be champion. That would be phenomenal. She's awesome. But on the other side, Sol Ruca did eliminate JC Jane for the Royal Rumble, so they were planting those seeds there. Speaking of planting seeds, on SmackDown, Obafemi did go and squash Kit Wilson, as he did on Monday Night Raw against the War Raiders. So that was very interesting to see, as Obafemi was the latest to get called up to the main roster, but he's now a free agent, so he gets to choose where he goes. So that is something to keep an eye on. Obafemi is great. He's got a great look. He's got a great entrance. He's great in the ring, and he's just a big, massive dude. So definitely a sight to see in the WWE. Back to what I was saying for NXT, though. Sol Ruca did eliminate JC Jane, and her partner Zarya is starting to get jealous a little bit that she gets opportunities and she doesn't. They were a tag team that were in the conversation for the tag titles on the main roster and were on SmackDown a little bit. I was thinking that they were going to get called up to help spice up the women's tag division up on the main roster, which it does need desperately. The titles are being defended, and I love that they're doing more with the tag teams for the women's side, but it's the same matches over and over and over again, and it's not it's not fun anymore whenever it's the same thing over and over again. Every combination of the roster for the tag division on the women's side we've seen. So a ladder match to shake things up and crown new champions at WrestleMania I think would be phenomenal. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky are the current champions, and they can, they could stay a tag team, but I wouldn't mind them going to NXT and just doing their thing down there for a little bit, at least for a couple weeks. Keep them off Raw and SmackDown. We don't. I mean, it's the same thing. It's cut and paste. It's carbon copy, cut and paste. I mean, it's crazy. So Zaruka next in line for singles gold after not being able to, and it goes back to Sol Ruca being a double champ, and then Zarya losing one of her titles, and then Sol losing another one, which planted the seeds back then. So that was back in October, November, around that time. So those two need to be up on the main roster, as does Fatal Influence, which is another group. And then Ren Sinclair and Kendall Gray can be the front runners alongside Blake Monroe and Jada Parker for NXT. I would say that those are my top four in the women's division there. Same with Ethan Page, needs to be called up. He dropped one of his titles. Chelsea Green, in the qualifying match that Tiffany Stratton won, she was injured. She hurt her foot, her ankle, and therefore she was not able to wrestle at AAA, and Ethan Page was not able to retain the tag titles, the mixed team tag titles for AAA. So they lost those titles there. And now we are, again, just going to see what they do. Ethan Page remains the North American champion. But Joe Hendry was crowned the new NXT champion a couple weeks ago in a ladder match. So, I mean, there's no point in Ethan Page going from North American to champion. He's not going to do that anytime soon. So I think him dropping the North American title and then showing up on the main roster, they're in a spot right now where they could do that. And then if they add him, I mean, I hate to say it, Kit Wilson's killing it, but him and Chelsea Green, him being involved with Chelsea Green and the Secret Harvest and everything, wouldn't be bad either. Kit Wilson isn't a tag team, but his tag team partner Elton Prince is out injured right now with a broken neck, so he's recovering from neck surgery. So he should be out for quite some time. But him and Ethan Page as a tag team might work out, might be kind of fun. Then you could have an actual faction: Ethan Page, Chelsea Green, Alba Fire, and Kit Wilson there on the SmackDown side. LA Knight, I hope, is coming back to Raw tonight. I hope is going to be used in the build to WrestleMania. I mean, it's a damn shame that LA Knight is not anywhere near the title picture, the U.S., the Intercontinental, or the World titles. I think it's long overdue that LA Knight should be world champion, and honestly, he should have won the world title, not Drew. And I guess that's just another hot take, but that is kind of a review and a look ahead at NXT and Monday Night Raw there for tonight and tomorrow. Dynamite, what we know so far is 4 matches listed right now. I'm sure, though, they're going to add more between now and Wednesday. But we know that we will see the AEW Women's World Championship in a strap match. Chris Statlander versus Thekla. And then we have number 1 contenders 3-way match for the tag titles against FTR, the Rascals, Mystery Team, and then the Young Bucks, who just won a match on Saturday, excuse me. We also have the TNT Championship, Tommaso Ciampa and Kyle Fletcher go one-on-one, and then we have a face-to-face with Kenny Omega and Swerve Strickland ahead of their match at Grand Slam. We will also to note here, Tommaso Ciampa is the most recent departure from WWE to go over to AEW, and his former tag team partner and group member, DIY member, Candice LeRae, could be the next ones out. They have Johnny Gargano lost in the matchup right after Ciampa left WWE, and then this week on SmackDown, he was shown on TV just laying on the equipment box and not really moving. And MC Motor City Machine Guns, Candice asked them to talk to him, but they said no. So it seems to be that they are on the way out of WWE, Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano, which sucks because they just came back and re-signed Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. They did win tag titles. Candice LeRae did nothing. At some point, I thought she could have been in the running for Intercontinental Championship run or United States Championship run, but as of the last couple of years, that I seem to be the only one that was thinking that. So they've removed everything from WWE from their bios, so I don't know when their contracts would come to an end. And it sucks. It really does. I really like Tommaso Ciampa. I think he paid his dues, and he should have been a champion as well. So it's great to see him with gold in AEW and defending it weekly. He showed up, answered Mark Briscoe's open challenge for the following week, and then went on Collision and won the title, and then just had an open challenge in a 3-way this week on Collision. Now is doing it again on Wednesday. So he is not taking any days off, any time off, anytime soon with that title. Again, Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae, I think they would do phenomenal in AEW. And if AEW were to make their own mixed tag team champions, I think now would be the time to do so with all the couples that they have in there. I mean, Orange Cassidy and Toni Storm aren't really a couple, but they are a great mixed match tag team. Jon Moxley and Marina Shafir. Willow Nightingale and Mark Briscoe would be fire. Ty Mello and Sammy Guevara, who's been out again. So I don't know where he's been. I don't know if he's hurt. Ty Mello all of a sudden went away. Anna Jay's not there anymore. I wonder where they have been. If they're down in the basement with Wardlow. We've really just been seeing the same people over and over and over again, or random jobbers or minutes of mid-card talent on Collision. Andrade's been killing it since he's been back, came back to AEW. So lot of good things from AEW Dynamite and Collision. That is on TNT and TBS, also on HBO Max as well. And sadly, I don't have any codes or anything for that, so I will keep trying to do so. But that was AEW. Then we also do TNA as well. So I know Thursday is TNA Impact. We have a couple matches already announced. The Hardys are in action, and Ryan Nemeth versus Mara Sade in an Albuquerque street fight. And then we have TNA No Surrender on Friday, which is a pay-per-view level event for TNA that is exclusively on TNA Plus. So I guess that is technically a premium live event or a pay-per-view, if you want to look at it that way. But I'm sure there's going to be more deals for TNA Plus there that I'll get out here shortly. I'm a little upset because I did have this episode already recorded, and the screen recording that I was doing failed, so I lost it and wasn't able to publish it this morning. But here we are, still getting one out weekly. So I think what I'm going to do is I will still do the Monday Night Raw previews to have a daily upload every single day, and then we'll also do a long form video, which is a long form podcast that will be uploaded as a podcast there to my channel, and then also to Prime Coverage, and we'll do that every Monday for the foreseeable future, and then of course daily episodes of the previews for each wrestling show. So Monday Night Raw, Tuesday night NXT, Wednesday night Dynamite, Thursday night Impact, Friday night SmackDown, and then Saturday night Collision, as well as pay-per-views, PLEs for all three promotions respectively on their separate nights. So we're at about 30 minutes, and I think that's a good stopping point. I did try to always go for an hour, but that is hard to do when you hit on pretty much everything as early on in the week as it is. So other news quickly to think about: Bron Breakker is out for foreseeable future with a hernia. Reportedly, he got it whenever he flipped the announce table on the Raw after the Rumble. So I don't know if he actually found out before the Raw after the Rumble, or if this was done. I don't know when this was done. But it does make sense in why they did the spot that they did with a masked man and not even letting Bron Breakker get into the Rumble. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens with that, which sucks because I got to think Bron Breakker should have been in the Final Four of the Rumble this year. Should have been Roman, Logan, Obafemi, and, well, Gunther, I guess, because you can't have anything without Gunther. So I'm guessing he'll be part of the show tonight. He's not advertised, but that doesn't stop him before. So that is, again, a general overview of all three wrestling promotions. I know that was a lot out there, kind of all over the place, but we hit on pretty much every show out there. So that is what this podcast is going to be covering, mainly wrestling. Like I said, Bron Breakker out for foreseeable future. We also have other news. The Super Bowl 61 will be live on Disney, ESPN, ABC, and Hulu next year. This will be the first ever Super Bowl that is streamed on ESPN. Also Disney Plus, ESPN, and Hulu. Usually it's just on ABC, but we'll be able to watch it anywhere on those networks that I named there. So that is next year's Super Bowl, taking place in SoFi Stadium, and it is on Valentine's Day, which is absolutely awesome because that means the Monday after the Super Bowl is a holiday. So that is going to be a lot of fun, and I can't wait to get back into football season. But we are at a much needed rest with where we are as a Steelers fan. Mike McCarthy era is officially underway with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we'll get that first taste of the McCarthy era here fairly soon in the next 2 months when we get to the draft in April, which is in Pittsburgh. So the season starts in Pittsburgh, and I would love for the season to end in Pittsburgh with the victory parade with that Lombardi Trophy next year. Patriots lose their 7th Super Bowl, most in NFL history. They also become the first team to lose a Super Bowl in all 4 time zones. So Eastern, Central, I guess Mountain time and Western time. Or Pacific time. I'm not sure. I didn't know there was 4 time zones. So, or maybe it was just lose 4 Super Bowls in all. I don't know. The stat I saw was crazy. So there is that. And Ben Roethlisberger still remains and still the youngest quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl. Drake May failing to do so in his 2nd year. So the next one up to go and do that, I would hope, would be Will Howard for the Steelers if Aaron Rodgers does not come back next year for the Steelers, and we would go with Will Howard, which I think we should. I mean, no disrespect to Mason Rudolph, he's been phenomenal, but I think 8 years in, you figure out that you're either the guy or you're a backup. You're either the bride or the bridesmaid. And Liv Morgan this year became the bride after being the bridesmaid for 2 years. So Mason Rudolph, I would love nothing more than to see him go out there and be the answer. Do I think that's the case? Probably not. Is Will Howard the case? We can't really tell because we haven't really seen him play at the NFL level. I think he can be, just like I think Mason Rudolph could be as well if he was given an actual fair shot. Now, is that going to happen? Probably not. But we will see. We will wait and see. We will wait and see, and we will get those answers soon. When April rolls around and we see what the Steelers do with the draft. So, UFL kicks off in March. College softball is back. It's been a lot of fun to watch that. I'm coaching softball this year, which is going to be my first year officially coaching versus just kind of helping out back in the day with my sister's teams and everything like that. So, we will also be adding coverage to the Carolina Blaze. Like I said earlier in the show, to the channel, and doing everything that we can to bring eyes to that product, as well as the WNBA, which will be back on fairly soon as well, and I cannot wait for that. But we're at about that time, 33 minutes in, and that's about the sweet spot I think that we'll do. So this is again going to be uploaded to Sleeper Sports Media, Prime Coverage Sports Network, as well as the YouTubes, the Facebooks, the Spotifys, and we will see you tomorrow for the NXT preview. That will hopefully be done in the morning. Hopefully we'll get an idea of any more matches added between now and tomorrow morning. But if not, it'll be a quick upload with the 4 matches that we already have promoted and everything like that. So, other news before I forget and get out of here: AEW Double or Nothing, which is the second biggest pay-per-view for AEW in a year, will be going to New York in Queens. Last year was the first year they held it outside of Las Vegas, which was Double or Nothing is the first ever event for AEW that was on pay-per-view, and then they did their first TV episode. So that is very, very cool, very fun to know the history of AEW and everything like that. So it will be going to New York. Double or Nothing. Usually it's at the end of May. And the reason behind them finally switching locations is because, well, to be frankly, They hosted Double or Nothing at the MGM Grand Arena, which is the smaller arena in Vegas. They have not been able to fill out the T-Mobile Arena, or let alone Allegiant Stadium. So they choose to go the smaller venue, and I'm sure WWE has a stronghold on the T-Mobile Arena as well as Allegiant Stadium. So usually Double or Nothing is at the end of May, and now the last 2 years WrestleMania has been in Vegas, so they don't want to book Double or Nothing after WrestleMania whenever we see what numbers they did and everything like that. So, which is fine. Eventually, one day, I have no doubt that they'll get to that point where they can solidly compete with WWE and doing show versus show at the same or a similar arena or venue. And again, I think if it came down to it, and you did a show with WWE and AEW, if you did a Forbidden Door show with AEW and WWE, you could sell out any arena, any stadium, and you would need standing room only outside the stadium. That goes for SoFi Stadium, that goes for Allegiant Stadium, that goes for the Superdome, that goes for MetLife, that goes for Acrisure, Lincoln Financial, that goes for Arrowhead, that goes for Levi Stadium, anything. WWE and AEW on one show would absolutely cook. And we'll probably never get that because of the egos that run each side. Even though you might say that the ego is more one-sided, more on WWE side, but at the same time, I don't blame them for sticking to what they know and looking at themselves as the number one. That's kind of how you have to look at it and look at yourself. And then on the other hand, AEW, they want to play victim and play little brother, like, oh, we've been nothing but nice to them and cordial, and if they're open to working, we'll do that. But they've done some pretty shady stuff as well. So there's no denying the issues on both sides, and the pettiness on both sides. But again, it is what it is. We'll probably never see it. At this point, we know talent is going to go back and forth between the two companies, so why couldn't we just work together? I mean, we got partnerships with both promotion, kind of splitting their partnerships. AEW with New Japan and CMLL, and then you got WWE with TNA and with AAA. So, if in a perfect world, all 6 promotions could put on a show, and the fans would win, the promotions would win, the sport and the art of pro wrestling would win. But the top guys don't want to do it, and they're not going to do it. So that seems like a really good place to stop, mainly because my throat is starting to hurt, and my allergies are acting up. I'm getting a little stuffy, and I cannot blow my nose because, like I said, I'm driving. So I'm going to do my best to find a napkin or something here in the car and take care of that. But I'm about 20 minutes from home, so I got to get the graphic over top of this and then get this ready to post here shortly when I do get home. So again, this is the Sleeper Sports Media Podcast, episode 185. We would love to thank Surfshark VPN. We would love to thank NoDirtSheets, Prime Coverage Sports Network, and of course our friends at StreamYard. The link will be included in the description, automatic that rolls whenever we upload from StreamYard there. $10 off whenever you sign up for a StreamYard plan, so go and do that. And hey, if you want to use that and start doing this, what I'm doing, if you have a voice and a mindset and want to talk about it, sign up and just start. I've come to learn in 5 years that you just got to start. That's really all there is to it. Just start. And again, thank you to Walmart Storefront. I am a creator over there and do have a storefront link for Walmart, which helps out the channel a little bit here and there whenever you use the links that I provide on said storefront for anything that you might need: energy drinks, pens, pencils, notebooks, paper, binders, groceries, water, plates, everything you could think of. That's quite frankly the last year. It's mainly been me using the stuff with my links, but I would love nothing more than to have that support by using the links and getting anything that you need at Walmart with under my storefront. It helps out a lot more than you think. Just like leaving a like and sharing the video here, sharing the video on Facebook, sharing the video on Twitter, on YouTube, on everything. It helps out a lot, as well as leaving a like, sharing it, commenting on it, and then of course watching other videos helps us out a lot as well. So without further ado, that's going to be a wrap here. You can again catch us on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, and on Spotify, I believe. Over there, Prime Coverage Sports Network. Everything will be down below in the description, and we'll see you tomorrow for the NXT preview for February 10th. This is, of course, episode 185 here on Monday, February 9th. It's Monday, and you know what that means. This is Sleeper Sports Media. You know what that means. This is No Dirt Sheets. This is Prime Coverage Sports Network, and you know what that means. My name is Nick Wietosh, and here we